Hello everyone, Mr. Sorkin here, and welcome to a precursor to our SDCC content. We are going to be doing some content for San Diego Comic-Con, which includes like a bunch of reaction stuff, especially when some reviews of some episodes come out, like there are previews from IGN. We won't be tying this here, because a number of things, but before we get into our main stuff, which technically we already had the video of the leaked Captain America 4, even though I said leak, because I don't know how actual it is. But we're going to get to it with an input on the upcoming exclusive coming for the Funko Pops. And I have 3 little keys that I'm going to use to help market them. Assuming this works, because I am using Illustrator, and Illustrator is finicky. Anyone who has used Illustrator before knows how finicky it can get. Great. Already being a problem. So we are using 3 different forms. We're doing thumbs up, thumbs down, and for We're going to go across, so if there's one of you guys think I just gave an unfair rating to, let me know, and we'll get to it. So we're starting out with the first one, which is a Spider-Man one, which is actually from Spider-Man PS4. It's the Ultimate 2029 outfit. I don't hate it. Actually, it's a really good design. Because of that, I have to like it, so I'm gonna give it. Ugh. This is great when it's being a problem. I wish this was gonna be smoother, but we're giving that a thumbs up. That one actually looks pretty good. Now the next one is a House of Dragons one, and I'm not the biggest Game of Thrones fan, so I'm not gonna judge it based off the character. I'm gonna judge it based on the appearance, and it actually doesn't look necessarily the worst. That being said, I am not really a Game of Thrones fan, so because of that, I'm giving it at least a Simpson meh. I think that's a fair ranking. So we're going to continue on to Entertainment Earth, which actually has some pretty decent ones. We have Atron South Park, and I like Tron. Tron has great designs. Tron is a great movie. But because I don't know anything about it, I'm going to judge it based on the design. The design looks pretty good. I think maybe the same ranking as previous one, just it's not on the top of my list. Now, next one's actually a pretty good one, is Scarlet's Scarab from Moon Knight. I liked the Moon Knight show, and I'm glad that she is getting a Funko Pop. It actually looks really good. I like the attention to detail. I like the blade she's holding right there at the wing. I fairly like it. In all honesty, if anything, I'm going to have to give it a thumbs up. That is a real thumbs up for that one. I mean, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Next from Walmart. Walmart has an interesting lineup. Some really good ones, some really meh ones. I'm going to go with the one that's probably going to be their first downvote. And you're like, oh, Walmart has the first downvote? It's like, which one is it? It's like, I think it's the obvious one. It has to be the evil dentist from Parks and Rec. He is one of my least favorite characters from Parks and Recreation. I really don't like him, and I don't think a constant reminder of who he is great. Now, I do want to point out the Supersonic. Supersonic doesn't look bad. It is glow in the dark, so it's okay. But overall, I have to give. I probably give it a thumbs up. It's nothing horrible. It's just like, it's pretty good. Now, I think this goes without saying, the American Chavez one looks fantastic. So because of that one, I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up. Because it looks great. I love the star in the back, like she's ready to punch. Of them, that's one of the ones that I'm just like, oh, that looks great. So that's one I really want to be like, cool, I might take a look at it. Up next is the Death Trooper, or Sith Trooper, actually. The Sith Trooper. It's not the Sith Trooper. Anyway, it's a Stormtrooper. It's okay. I'm not the biggest fan of the design. I like the use of red in color. But overall, it's not my favorite of them. It's probably the meh. The Parks and Rec guy is definitely the worst one in Walmart's lineup. So, yeah, American Chavez has 2 thumbs up, which means it's like, yeah! We're going to go down. Next is the Funko shop. I was actually debating how I'm going to do this. All these are Funko Web. The they're all swords. We're gonna go from this side down, and look. I don't know who this character is. If I don't know who the character is, I have to judge them based off of their appearance. And you're like, oh, well, that's not really fair. I think it's fair enough. I'm going to give that one a thumbs down. And also, I'm going to have to give the shirt a thumbs down. I've never been really a big fan of Funko shirts. And shirts are always kind of a questionable collectible unless you're like, oh, cool, you have a Guardians of the Galaxy one. I saw my Guardians of the Galaxy one from like 2014, which I did a video of, and it was like, yeah, unless it's a really cool shirt and like something I'd be really proud to own down the line, I don't think it's necessarily what I'm going to choose. Next is the Marvel ones, and Marvel has pretty good ones. There are two listed here. There is the Star-Lord and Miss Minutes. I think I have to give a thumbs up to Star-Lord because I like just a miniature Star-Lord. Also, it's Guardians of the Galaxy 1 Star-Lord, which is great. And also Miss Minutes has to get a thumbs up. So the Marvel ones are really good. It's just, I like them. They're pretty good. Anyway, next is Asuna Yuki, not Asuna Yuki, but the idol, Hatsune Miku. Sorry, this one is also really good. If anything, if you don't like the design of the character, I really like the art of the soda can. So I think I give the soda can a thumbs up. If it wants to work, the soda can a thumbs up. The figure, maybe, I'll give it a... The figure itself, I give a Lisa, like, I think that's fair. I think the soda design can is much better, but yeah. Next is Bilbo Baggins, a completely off the random choice, not underappreciated. I think it's okay. Bilbo isn't necessarily old, especially old Bilbo, but unless he has the ring, which I think it is a variant. The can doesn't look the best either, so I'm gonna give it a ranking. I love that Lisa just Next is the Toucan from SDCC. I don't necessarily hate them. They are really hard to get. I do believe these ones are only on the show floor. I could be 1,010% wrong. But of the two, my personal favorite is, without a doubt, the pirate one. So the pirate gets a thumbs up. Just like, yeah, it looks good. And I think I'm going to have to give the Rockstar one a meh, which I think is a fair enough range. Just like, it's okay. It's not the best. I'm actually going to move down then over. First is the thing from Squid Game. I've never seen Squid Game. A lot of people tell me, hey, MH, you should watch Squid Game. And I'm like, okay, maybe. I never got around to it. I have to judge this based off the figure, and because of that, I'm giving the figure a thumbs down. It doesn't look like something I'd probably have in my home, but maybe if I was a fan of the show, maybe I'd change my mind. But it's just looking at it, I'm just like, it's okay. And also because of that, I have to give the Demogorgon backpack a thumbs down. And also, I'm going to give the Demogorgon itself a Lisa meh. Because I feel like we've gotten so many Demogorgon. I'm just like, what makes this one so special? And it's just like, it's glow in the dark. I'm just like, cool. And we're going to move to Huckleberry Hound. I think this is kind of different. I was initially like, I don't really like it, but now that I'm like looking at Huckleberry Hound's face, I'm very much like, oh, cool. The can is not the best, but of them, I'd give it a thumbs up because why not? It looks pretty decent. Next is Donatello as the Black Power Ranger. Now that you might not know this because I don't really talk about Power Rangers or TMNT. I'm not the biggest fan of Power Rangers or TMNT. I know it's like sacrilege. So I'm going to judge it based on how it looks. Donnie is one of my favorite TMNT characters. So because of that, I think it deserves a Now this next character, I have know nothing about it because I do not watch Naruto. It's Borto. Borto. It's not Borto, the character. It's this one right here. It's I'm not the biggest fan of it. So, because I don't know the character, I'm not the biggest fan. I'm just like, Next is Ted Laszlo. That's Ted Laszlo. I have not watched a single episode of Ted Laszlo. I like the mustache. But unfortunately, I really don't think there's much of this figure. again, I haven't watched the show. I know you're like, well, that means you get an automatic thing, but it's just like first appearance, Ted Laszlo is probably a thumbs down. Next is from DC. And DC actually has some pretty good ones here. You have Larface and you have Peacemaker doing the piece, and I love Peacemaker. I know you're like, well, that changes things, but I really like the design because you know who the character is. That changes your opinion on it. And people are probably saying, like, I was like, how could you give Ted Laszlo a thumbs down? You're doing Peacemaker a thumbs up. I'm just like, I think the figure design is much better. I like the helmet design, and I really like he's doing the piece. Larface is pretty good. I like the energy coming off of him with the orange lantern energy. So because of that, I'm getting also, where'd that go? Right there. Giving it a thumbs up. I'm like, yeah, Larface and Peacemaker are both thumbs up. Now we're going down the box lunch, and I don't like the design of this one. I know it's from My Hero Academia. I haven't watched a single episode. I don't know. I'm just going with the aspects. It's just like, I don't like the design of it. Thumbs down. Next is Your Entertainment. I have no idea who this is. So I'm putting a shot in the freaking wind. I'm going to give it I mean, I like the crown design and use the robe. I just have no idea who this is, so I can't be like, oh, it's a good model. I like the design to it. I think because of that as well, the Charmander gets a because it's Charmander, but it's also metallic. Charmander is not my favorite Pokemon. He's probably one of my least favorite. But overall, it's not necessarily my favorite. Next to GameStop, GameStop has a lot of them. I'm not a skateboard person, so automatically I'm giving the skateboard a thumbs down. And I'm gonna move over to these two. I'm gonna give straight up Dragon Ball thumbs down. I'm not the biggest fan of Dragon Ball. I don't think there's much to this figure aside from holding the steering wheel. Also, this character holding the knife. He looks okay. It's not one of my like top tier ones in terms of like ooh ah. So I'm gonna give it like a thumbs down as well. There's like I'm not really the biggest fan of this design. Next, I'm gonna take a look at Black Hirasa. It's flocked, so I'm assuming that means it's fluffy. I have mixed feelings about the fluffy ones. I don't have any of the fluffy ones, but that just like means that you have to take it out of the box, which you almost never do. But I'm giving flocked you a thumbs up. Next is Hasbro, and I actually think I know one of these is Galbatron. That one right there is Galbatron. I'm gonna give Galbatron a thumbs up, and I have no earthly idea who this guy is. He's probably from Cobra, but I really like the mask on top of him with the fangs looking down. So because of that, I'm gonna give. I really like the design, but I don't know who it is, so I'm giving it a Lisa. I'm trying to find the best way to where to put her in this one, but I think like right there it works. Okay, I think that one works. Anyway, now Penguin on the duck, and I don't hate it. I really don't. It's definitely a unique design. I really love the Tim Burton aspects of the movie. So I think within reason, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I can't not say no to it. It looks great and has a great design, so I'll give it a thumbs up. Okay, now we're going to move over to Target, and Target has some interesting ones. It has Cassian, Kang, and Hugsy. The name was escaping me for a second. And of them, I'm going to give a thumbs up to two of them right from the get-go. It's Kang, because I love Loki as a show. And I have to give a thumbs up to Hugsy, because it's Hugsy. But of them, only in the Cassian one, I'm not a big Cassian fan. I don't really like the Star Wars ones because they do have the stand and their heads bobble, which is a problem with some of the Marvel ones too. I don't like the ones that bobble with the head, but that's just my 2 cents. But of them, Hugsy is another double star. Hugsy is phenomenal. I love it. Double thumbs means I would probably get. Like, of all of them, it's like, which ones would you get? It's like, I get Hugsy. Hugsy is a great addition. Now, Toy Tokyo, actually, I think that works a bit better. That's Leo as the Blue Ranger. And I think compared to Donnie as the Black Ranger, it works a bit better. So because of that, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. again, I'm not a big fan of He-Man, so I have to judge it based off the design. I really like to use the sword there and the metallic outfit. So I'm gonna give it a Lisa Simpson. Just nah. So yeah. Next to Hot Topic, and I think Hot Topic has some pretty good ones. Automatically, that's the villain from the Demon Train movie. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I thought he was a pretty decent villain. So I'm gonna give it a eh. Along with that regard, I think the Starfire one is well designed. I should go Bambi, Silk, and then Starfire. But I'm gonna go Starfire first. Starfire is pretty decent, so I'm gonna give Starfire a thumbs up for me. And of them, the Bambi one looks really cute, so I'm gonna give Bambi a thumbs up as well. Which is an interesting way of ranking it. And Silk, I would give a thumbs up as well. Some pretty decent ones here. So I'm gonna zoom out so you can see like the entire ranking of them. I would be like, okay, what's the thought process of this? Okay. I'm gonna say which ones are obviously my favorite, and I think that goes without a doubt. It's the ones with the double thumbs up, which is America Chavez and Hugsy. I like the star in the back of America Chavez, which makes it a much more appealing decision to make. Sorry, making sure it's on the screen. And yeah, House of Dragons, I just don't know who she is. The Spirits looks really good. The Masana Nuki one, I like the can. I don't really like the figure, so I think that's the trade-off you get. The Peacemaker one looks good. But of the two, Hugsy and America Chavez are at the top. They are probably the best looking ones, the best designed, and yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. But anyway, be sure to like, comment, subscribe for more San Diego Comic-Con footage. We are going to do reaction videos when the convention starts. We'll also be doing, I don't know if I'll be able to do merchandise stuff. If I do, I'll be like, hey guys, this is, after the convention, these are the rankings. This is a quick unboxing of this Funko Pop. But anyway, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time with more, I was going to say Fire Emblem because I'm so used to recording that. It's more SDCC content. Until then, bye-bye.